All right then, so let's get warmed up. So just moving your feet on the spot. Again, I've taken it so that you can't unmute yourselves. So if something goes wrong, then just give me a wave, or keep waving till I notice. I can see 3 of you down the bottom. Nice mini people. So just have to give me a wave. Okay, so we're going to start with our head turns. So you're going to look up to the sky and then down to the floor. Looking over to your left. And then over to your right. Looking straight ahead, bring your left ear down to your shoulder. And over to your right. And straight ahead. Okay, let's go with some side toe taps. Lightly tapping out to the side. Okay, you're going to take your arms in front of you, you're going to open them out to the side, and then bring in front, cross them over, and then open them out. Since we can't hug many people, let's hug ourselves. So your challenge is to keep your toe taps going whilst you open and close your arms. I frazzled Jono's brain already. Good stuff. I'll put you out your misery. Back on the spot. Okay, one arm up in the air. Drop it down behind you as if you're giving yourself a pat on the back, and push that elbow to the sky. Swapping over. Good stuff. Bring that hand down. Let's go for heel taps. Okay, whilst you do your heel taps, you're going to take your hands behind your back, place them in the small of your back, and push those elbows and shoulders behind you, stretching out your chest. Keeping your heel taps going. Less coordination needed for this one. Good, and then hands coming together in front of you. Push them out as far as you can. Good stuff. Okay, relax your hands. We are going to go for our hamstring stretch. So heel comes out in front. Okay, hips push behind. Hands on your bent leg. And you're going to tap your toes up and down. So toes bobbing, feeling the stretch in your outstretched leg. Good, back to those heel taps. And then we're going for the other leg. So out in front, bend those hips back, toes bobbing up and down. Good stuff, back on the spot. Okay, let's go for some toe taps behind. Okay, and you're going to go for your calf stretch. So take that foot behind you, make that back leg straight, and bend forward, and then toes bouncing up and down. Good stuff. Back to those toe taps. Okay, take that other leg behind, glue it to the floor, lean forward, and tap your toes. Feels so strange without any music. Be funny when we get back to doing it with music again. Good stuff. Okay, on the spot, but you're getting your arms moving now. So we're just raising your heart rate that little step further. Really into a march. Elbows poking out behind you, hands coming up in front. Okay, we are going to go for side toe taps. So hands come up and out as your foot taps to the side. Elbows nice and straight. Just coming up to shoulder height. Yeah, a bit higher, Jono. Oh.
I might have to jump out. I'm going to be doing this thing wrong.
Okay. Good stuff on the spot. Okay, we are going to go for hamstring curls. Split those heels behind, bring those elbows back. Just do your legs. Got an injury. Really pull those elbows behind you, moving your whole body. Okay, back on the spot. Nice big march. Okay, let's go for heel taps. Every time your heel taps, bending those elbows. Looking straight ahead. Just do the legs. Okay, on 2 knee raises. Little twist of your upper body as you tap your opposite knee. Bringing those knees up as high as you can. Keeping a good pace. Feeling that heart rate raise. It's deceivingly warm out here tonight. Certainly when you're moving. Okay, back on the spot. Okay, we have our last one. Reverse toe taps with your arms coming up in front. Really stretch out your hands in front of you. Light tap of your toe behind. Good stuff, back on the spots. Okay, right, let me just reorganize. So, don't forget you need something to hold on to and a chair, okay? Because we're going to be doing our whole set of exercises today. So we'll go through the whole thing. So your first one is your bicep curls. So you are going to either grab your weight or grab your band, okay? So either way, your movement is a bend of your elbow, okay? So what I'll do is I'll do it with a band because that's normally the harder one, okay? So don't forget with your band, you're going to hold with a small gap in between, okay? Thumbs both pointing to the front. One hand comes down by your thigh, the other one goes across your belly and you pull across, okay? If you've got your weight, start down by your thigh and bring it up, okay? If you've got two, brilliant, do both arms together. If not, I will tell you when it is 30 seconds to go. So let me find my timer. Off we go. So getting those bicep curls done, toes moving. Don't forget, I'll tell you when it's 30 seconds so you can swap over. Toes wriggling, squeeze up, keep it steady. You are in control. Don't let the band or the weight pull you down. Getting ready to switch and change sides if you need to. If you're doing double arms, that's absolutely fine. Does not matter. Toes wriggling. Ten seconds to go. Keep that slow speed. You don't want to make these ones too quick. Good stuff. Okay, popping up to one side. We are going for side toe taps. So your half star. So toe taps out to the side, arms coming up. Off we go. 1 minute of this. Sorry, I've got some very noisy pigeons behind me. Elbows nice and straight, looking straight ahead. Remember, try and lift your chest up so that it's pointing directly in front of you. Very good for our postures, myself included. Over halfway through. Whatever pace you've picked, keep it going. Make sure that heart rate raises. 10 seconds to go. Perfect. All right then. So grabbing your weight for a second time, we are going to go for the back of our arm this time, so our triceps. So your two options. First one, if you've got a weight, into this bent position, upper arm stays still, hand comes behind you. Okay, straightening my arm. With the band, same position as you had with your bicep curls. This time, one hand goes by your chest and the other hand pulls down. Okay, let me start the timer. Again, 30 seconds in between. Off we go. Toes need to be wriggling. Pulling those weights or those bands, keeping it steady. Really try and straighten your elbow, whichever one you are doing. Getting ready to switch in a couple of seconds. Off we go, changing sides. Watch that upper arm, make sure it doesn't move. Make sure those toes are moving though. 15 seconds. Last little bit. Perfect. Okay, we are on to heel taps. So heel comes out as your elbows bend. Let me start the timer, that would be helpful. So a nice quick tap of your heel. You can move around a bit, you don't have to stay in one spot. A good sharp bend of those elbows. Make sure they come all the way up. Keep your taps light so that you can keep up your speed. We have 20 seconds to go. Keep it going. Five seconds. No slowing down. Perfect. Okay. Your next one is your calf raises. So ideally have something you can hold on to. Okay, that is my advice. You're coming up on the balls of your feet, slowly lowering down and then pushing back up again. Okay. Trying to push as high as you can. Really clear the floor. Try and keep your body nice and neutral as well. So you don't want to be leaning forward or back as you do it. Okay, just pushing straight up in the air. Try and have as little contact with your heel and the floor as possible. So it just slightly touches and then you spring back up again. 20 seconds to go. My calves are burning. Five seconds. Push through the burn. They're only small, they get tired. Good stuff. Okay then. So next we have lovely squats. So your feet shoulder width apart. Okay. Hips pushing behind you. Hands can go out in front. Wherever you feel more comfortable. They can go in your hips. They can go across your chest. Wherever you like. Whatever suits you. Your full foot needs to stay on the floor. So if your heel is coming up, it means you're not pushing your hip back far enough. So I would recommend putting a chair behind you and just going down. As soon as you touch the chair, you push back up again. It's a good way of training yourself how to do squats if you're struggling with the technique. 15 seconds to go. Five seconds. Keep going. Perfect. Okay then. So our next one is our wall press. Now I've lost my wall. Okay. So find your bit of wall. Hands are going to come in line with your shoulders. Okay. Shoulder width apart. And you're going to press, bring your whole body down and come up straight. Okay, so I'll do it behind me on this wall here. So apologies for seeing my back. Feet wide, keeping your body straight as you lean forward and push back. Try and have your elbows, hopefully you can see me from this position. My elbows poke down to the sides at about a 45-degree angle. Okay, so not close to my body like so, and not out at 90 degrees like this, just comfortably down to the side. And my body stays nice and straight. I can feel my ab muscles working to stop me from collapsing in towards the wall. And I've got to keep my legs nice and tight so that I don't bend from my knees. So body should stay still, like a plank of wood, pivoting on your feet. Lovely stuff, well done. Okay, so next on our list, we have a bit of a little mini pause. You have 1 minute of a walk. So stroll around wherever you are. Now try and make it a brisk walk. Okay. If you haven't got much space, then you're going to go for your march on the spot. Okay, but it's not just a piddly march. I really want those arms going. So 2 options, a brisk walk around wherever you are, or if you're short for space, you're going to do a good march on the spot. Halfway through. I want to see nice brisk movements, strolling around, marching on the spot, whatever you are doing. This is supposed to be raising your heart rate, so make sure it is. Try and change direction if you're going in a circle. Perfect, there we go. So, next on our list is our side leg raise. So again, you need something to hold on to, okay? Start with your feet together, and you're gonna lift one foot out to the side, okay? I'll tell you when it's 30 seconds. So off you go with your side leg raise. Now, key pointers as always. Your toes must stay pointing the front, okay? And your body shouldn't move. All right, so don't lean as you move your leg. Body stays completely up tall, just as you move your leg out to the side. Getting ready to switch your legs and take the other one out. Have a quick look at your toes. Are they still pointing forward? And then once you've checked, then face forward again. And focus on your body staying still. It's not a competition of how high can you lift your leg, just about getting that sideways movement. Nearly there, 5 seconds. Lovely, good, okay. Next one on the list, we have, oh, you're gonna love me for this one. We've got lunges. So, you have 2 choices. If you are used to this one, you know what to do, okay? If you're not really familiar with lunges, then I would come next to something to hold on to, okay? You're gonna start with your feet fairly close together. Take a wide step behind you, but just have your toes on the floor. And then you're gonna bend both knees so that you go straight down to the floor, okay? Then you push off with your back leg and come and stand together, all right? Then we'll change legs. So, start my timer. Wide step behind, just on the balls of your feet. Bend both knees so you sink downwards. Then bring your feet together. Wide step, bend down, push together, okay? Now the idea, a lot of people will find themselves leaning forward, okay? But that puts a lot of pressure on your knees and your ankles. So make sure you go straight down. You should have roughly a right angle at your both knees, okay? One shouldn't be bent more than the other. Having said that, you are only going down as low as you feel comfortable. So if you can just do a little bob, that is absolutely fine. 10 seconds to go. Keep that chest up. Don't collapse down. Good stuff. All right then. They're the mini ones out the way. So next one, we are going for a banded or tin row. Okay. So if you are using your weights, well, both are in the same position. So with your weights, you're going to come into this position like when you did your tricep one. Have your hand hanging down to the floor, and then you're going to pull up so it comes close to your chest. Then you lower down, then you pull up to your chest. Okay, like so. If you've got a band, it is the exact same action. This time you need to stand on the middle of the band, okay? So that you're holding either end, and then you pull up. So remember, you're pulling into kind of just by middle of your chest, okay? So we will get going with that one. Start my timer. So pulling up to your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Okay, imagine you're trying to get your shoulder blades to touch. That's the feeling that you want. Let's get those toes moving up and down. I will tell you when it's halfway for those of you using one weight. Try and keep that same position. Okay. So you are at 30 seconds. So if you do have one weight, you need to swap over. Same position. Getting those toes moving. Hands pull up. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Little pause at the top. Really squeeze and then release down. Last few seconds, keep those toes moving. Good stuff. All right then. Next one, we have reverse toe taps. Toe taps out behind you. Hands come out in front. Really stretching in either direction. Find a good rhythm. Tapping those toes out just lightly. You're not really putting any weight on them. Halfway through. Keep that pace going. Don't let yourself slow down. Push yourself. Come on, we might have another 2 months of this. We've got to make sure we're pushing ourselves. Who knows when we'll be back. Just take each day as it comes, I think. Lovely, there is your minute. So we'll have a very brief rest, okay? Have a little stroll, grab a drink. We're pretty much halfway through my list. Just a quick catch of your breath before we get going with the other ones. Okay then. Hopefully you've been able to have a drink. So next one on our list is our side bend. So 2 options. If you have your weight is going to come in one hand. Okay. Feet are going to come a little bit wider than normal. The other hand is going to come up by your head. Not really doing anything, just hold it in that position. And you lean to the side with the weight. Okay. If you have a band, you're going to do very similar. This time, stand on the middle. Okay, so you've got a weight in either hand, and you're going to lean to one side. Let's all keep it to one side to start with, just to make it easier. So timer has started. So off we go. Whatever one you're using, everybody choose one side. Toes must be wriggling. Make sure you only lean down and then you come back up straight. We'll do the other side in a minute. Okay. I'm probably going a bit too quick. Slow myself down. So take this one steady. Okay, so we're swapping over. So if you've got a weight, change hands. If you're like me, going to the other side. So toes are moving the whole time, leaning to the side and then back up straight. Again, you choose how low you go down. Some of you will have a bit crumbly spine. Others of you will be absolutely fine. So it is completely up to you how much you move. Lovely stuff. There we go. Okay. So we are going for high knees. So tapping that knee up above. Okay. Opposite hand is going to switch to touch your knee. Finding yourself a good rhythm. See how high you can comfortably get your knee. As I said before, I've spent all day looking at hip problems with my uni course. So I'm very conscious that some of you might not feel comfortable getting your knee high. So just do what you can. "15 seconds to go. Keep that rhythm. Good stuff. Okay. Next on our list is our torso rotation. So if you have something, if you've been using a weight, okay, I would grab this now. If you haven't got a weight, it doesn't matter. Okay, so your feet are going to go shoulder width apart. If you have your weight, hold it close to you. Get those toes wriggling. And we're going to twist from side to side. So my toes are moving. My hips aren't, but my waist is. Okay. Remember what I said before. If you want to make it harder, pull your belly button inwards. So imagine someone's got a hook and they're pulling your belly button in towards your spine. And see if you can keep that squeeze whilst you breathe and whilst you twist. You should be able to hold it the whole time. It's really good for those core muscles, getting the really deep ones inside strong so that they can help you and take the pressure off your lower back. Nearly there. Good stuff. Okay, we are on to hamstring curls. So flick that heel, bring those elbows back behind you. Okay, trying to look straight ahead. Again, find that rhythm. So with this one, as you're doing it, remember how we had our arms for the row, squeezing our shoulder blades together? You can do the same thing for this. So every time you pull your elbows behind, squeeze your shoulder blades, trying to get them to touch. The other thing to think about is trying to get your elbows to touch behind your back. Just different things to help you visualize what you do. 20 seconds to go. Flicking those heels up. Keep the rhythm. Looking straight ahead. Last 5 seconds. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, look at that. We are now on to our band pull out. Okay. All down. So let's go for, so we'll do weights first of all. Okay. With your weights, what you're going to do, if you have, we'll do it with one actually, because I know some of you have only got one. Okay. So you're going to have your weight in front of you. Okay, like so. You're going to bend your knees, hips behind, and you're going to pull out to the side. Okay. So I'm in my bent position like this. Okay. But my arm is straight, and I pull out like so. Okay. If you have a band, you're going to come in front like this. Okay. And you're going to pull both out to the side, like so. Each time my elbows stay straight. So whether you're upright and pulling both hands out, or if you're down and you're pulling one hand up, okay, elbows stay straight. What I'll do, again, I'll tell you at 30 seconds, so that if you've only got one weight, okay, you can swap it to the other side. So off we go. I will do the banded version. So with the band, you might need to experiment with how far apart to start your hands. Okay. If you've got them too close, you can't go anywhere and it's too difficult. If they're too wide, you're already outstretched. Okay, so find that good position. And with the weight, it's actually a bit easier. Okay. The whole time, look at your elbows. Are they straight? Because naturally you'll want to bend them, okay, to make it easier. So we are halfway through. So if you've got a weight, switch to the other hand, and you're coming out like so. If you're with a band, just keep going. Hopefully your toes are moving. Lots of things to think about with this one. Again, keep it steady. Very easy to use momentum with these, particularly if you've got a weight. So keep it steady. It's quite a difficult one, okay? So you can have a pause and persevere. Lovely stuff, there's your minute. Good, okay. So we are gonna be now repeating our cardio stations, but I do have a few more strength stations to go, all right? So we are back to our half star, so our side toe taps. So toes out to the side, arms nice and straight. You check my time, otherwise you'll be here forever. So these ones are now familiar to you. Okay, so you can push on with these. Just move my chair out of the way. Again, chest up, looking straight ahead. "25 seconds to go." Lovely stuff. There you go. There's your minute. Okay. Next one on the list is our upright row. So if you have your band, no, I'll do weights first. Keep it simple. So with your weight, whether you've got 2 or 1, okay, you're going to have it in front of you like so, pulling up to your chin. Okay. You can have one weight in one hand and then swap over if you want to, or you can hold the weight in both. If you have your band, same thing as before, holding the ends, one foot on the band, knuckles pointing to the front, thumbs down, pulling up to your chin. Okay, so let me start the timer. And off we go, toes wriggling. Don't let those toes stop moving ever. Well, when your heart rate cools down, you can. So remember, looking at your elbows, they must be higher than your hands. It's no good pulling your hands up and having your elbows down. Elbows come up first. If you can't pull very high, it doesn't matter, but just make sure those elbows remain higher than your hands, okay? This is a nice opportunity for you actually, because if you can see your little camera down the bottom, you'll be able to check if you're doing it correct. So you shouldn't look like me with your elbows. It's probably the first time a lot of you will have been able to actually see yourself. Might come as a shock, but also allows you to really check what you're doing. Nearly there. Good stuff, well done. Okay, next one is our heel taps. So tapping those heels, bending those elbows up, looking straight ahead. Let's have good postures for these ones. Really imagine you're sitting right up. Again, you can move around if you want. Doesn't have to stay in one spot. "30 seconds to go." Chests up, heels tapping, elbows bending. 15 seconds. Very good. Okay. Next one is our front raise. So bands and weights. With your weights, elbows straight, bringing up to shoulder height and slowly lower down. Okay, I would recommend one hand at a time for this if you've got your weight. Then with your band, you can do one at a time. You're going to stand on the end, keep that elbow straight, okay, and lift up. All right. So this way actually allows you to have a little bit more control over how hard it becomes. Okay. Start the timer. There we go. So elbow must stay straight, otherwise you're not working the correct muscle. So when I have the band, I just allow it to run over the front of my knuckles. Just makes it a little bit more comfortable for me. Okay. And now if you find that difficult, because this is quite a hard one, just lengthen the band so you don't have to pull up very far. Okay, it's very adjustable, this one. Same movement if you have a weight. You can have two hands or one hand on the weight. Okay, if you're using one hand at a time, swap over. We are at 30 seconds. Almost forgot one thing, keep those toes moving. This one is tricky, okay, depending on what weight you have and if you're using the band. It is a tricky one. So take it slowly, have little pauses if you need to, but keep those feet going. Last few seconds. Good stuff. Okay. We have, what do we have? Oh, look at that. We have a second round of squats. Aren't you glad you joined today? So, feet wide, hips pushing back, heels must stay on the floor. Off we go. Take your time, particularly if you're getting tired. There's no race for this one, just some good quality squats. Experiment a little bit. Maybe you need to widen your feet to make it easier, but don't go too wide. Push those knees outwards, okay? So you don't want your knees to be collapsing in, okay? So you don't want your knees doing this. Knees should follow wherever your toes are pointing, okay? Coming down as low as you feel comfortable. Any depth is good for me. 10 seconds remaining. Lovely stuff. Okay, we've got one more exercise to do. Oh, look at that, a sitting down one. So this is your sitting crunches. So with your chair, you are going to take a seat at the front edge of your chair, okay? Don't sit in the back of it. Now your hands are going to come out in front of you, like so. Your feet are going to go on the floor. They're going to start tapping, just so we know that they are moving. Hands in front. You're going to lean backwards. Just before you touch the backrest, sit back up. Okay, so you lean back. Just before you touch, sit up. Now, if you're sat too far back on your chair, you won't be able to go very far before you touch the back of your chair. So that's why you need to be sat right at the front. Now, another pointer is you need to roll on your seat bones. Okay? So don't arch your back, don't collapse through the middle. You're going to roll on your seat bones, keeping your upper body in the exact same alignment as when you were sat up. Okay, so your spine shouldn't change position, only your upper body in relation to the chair. Keeping those feet tapping and keep breathing. If you want, you can cross your hands on your chest. Makes it a little bit harder, but it might stop your hands from aching. Keep those toes going, last 10 seconds. This is your last exercise, you'll be pleased to know. There's always a cheer when the last one's announced. Lovely stuff, well done everybody. Okay, take a brief walk, little stroll, and then we will do our cool down. Very well done. So I did throw in, well, if you've done my first video that I posted on YouTube, well, about 8 weeks ago now, then all of those should be familiar, but there might have been a few that were new for you. But we will do this one again, so hopefully you'll get a chance to perfect them and really make sure that you're doing them correctly. Okay then, once you've had a drink, find a bit of space and just get those feet slowly moving on the spot, and we will do our cool down. Okay, let's give those shoulders a roll backwards, pushing them up, back and down, and then swing them through again. Good stuff. Okay, relax your shoulders. And let's go for little toe taps out to the side. Really slowing it down now. Okay, you're going to take one arm out in front of you. It's going to come across your body, and then with the other hand, bring it to your chest. Again, if you want to, you can experiment. Try bending your elbow. Can you feel that better? Or do you feel it better with a straight arm? I feel it around here. So just around the back of my shoulder. Okay, swap arms. Same thing. Assess where you can feel the stretch. Bend your arm. Do you feel it more or less? And then take your arm out straight again. Which one feels like it's doing more stretching? Good stuff. Okay, drop that arm down. Let's go for little heel taps in front. Okay, hands are going to come behind your back. Hands into your small of your back. Push those shoulders and elbows behind you. So again, remember, you're not supposed to be arching your back, okay? Just keeping that top half bent whilst your lower back stays normal. Feeling it across your chest. Good stuff. Let those arms go, give them a shake. And let's go for our hamstring stretch. So leg out, then the other knee. Push those hips behind. Get those toes tapping up and down. Hands coming on to your bent leg. Feeling it down the back of your outstretched leg. Good stuff. Coming back up and change legs over. Okay, keeping that outstretched leg in front of you, but make sure both your toes, hopefully you've got 10, get your feet moving up and down. Don't let those feet stop, even when you're stretching. Just helps pump the blood back up to your heart. It's quite important, we need it. Good, back up tall, just slowly walking on the spot. Okay, hands together, pushing them forward as far from you as you can. Really stretch them away towards the screen. Lovely, relax your hands, then take one up in the air. Okay, drop it down behind you. And then with the other hand, give it a gentle push to the ceiling or the sky. Feel it all the way from your elbow down to your side. Good, slowly swap over. Take it up, bend the elbow, gentle push. Good stuff, bring that arm down. And then let's go for little toe taps behind. And back into your calf stretch. So back heel on the ground, leaning forward, toes tapping. Swap legs. Back leg straight, feeling it in your calf, tapping your toes. Lovely. Okay, last two. You're going to do your quad stretch. So kicking that leg behind, grab a hold, looking straight ahead. Remember, if this one's too tricky, just do one of the other leg stretches. Good, changing legs. Very good, and then let's finish with our glute stretch. So ankle just above the opposite knee, pushing those hips behind you. And slowly swap over. And we will finish there. Well done, everybody.